You are now listening to the Hexgrid Heroes Podcast Network. For sci-fi, Pokemon, high fantasy, or horror, check us out wherever you get podcasts and online at hexgridheroes.com.
Three children are on an adventure with their partner Pokemon, thwarting evildoers while collecting gym badges. Corey, the boy who can command every type of affinity with ease. Dolly, the daughter of Brock and chosen champion of Arceus. And Orange, the son of Blue, the father that doesn't know of his existence, and also a human Pokemon hybrid. Fueled by friendship and wanting to be the very best like no one ever was, this is Pokemon Say Chow. Shadow Gordon is coming very quickly towards Goldeen, and it's going to get right up to Goldeen, and it's going to use a Shadow Fist Flurry. It is a melee attack, and I'm going to roll to see if I hit.
Goldeen, look out!
It's a nat 20.
Oh god, it's dead. It's dead!
This is dangerous, guys. I'm rolling really well, and this guy's super strong.
Real quick, what is the minimum amount of damage you could do?
On what?
This attack.
Okay, so let's see. Melee attack. It's
if it does more than one.
Oh,
Goldeen
so it's
has
1
fainted.
plus D4.
Yes, Goldeen has fainted.
So I need to
Guaranteed, it doesn't matter
do.
what
Well,
you
I still need to roll this out so that people know what this attack does. It is a multiple attack, kind of like flurry attack.
Yep.
So I get 1 plus D4 attempts. So 5 hits. So the first one's a nat 20.
Oh god.
Second one's a 12. Does the second one hit?
Yes.
Third one's a nat 1. That's good. Third one's a 9. Or fourth one, I mean.
No.
So that doesn't hit. The fifth one is an 11. Does that hit?
No.
Oh, wait. It's plus 8 to hit.
Yes.
Then
So-
all of them hit except for the nat one.
All of them hit except for the nat 1.
Shadow Gordon's turning Goldeen into fish sticks.
And then on top of that, damage is 2d6 flame damage. So that's 4 damage on top of the total damage. So now I would roll for damage now. It's 2d6 plus 4 for every hit. So I'm pretty sure Goldeen's done. So to save time for everybody. So these flurry of punches are just striking Goldeen. Goldeen is in severe pain. But because Gordon kind of let his guard down while he was punching, there was a nat 1 that he rolled. I'm going to have Goldeen let out one major stream of Bubble Beam. So you don't have to roll to hit. I want you to roll for damage because of the nat 1.
Okay.
And I know maybe this is not how we are homebrewed. I like to do special things with the Pokemon. So this is why I'm allowing this to happen.
6 plus 2, 8 points of damage.
Plus a D8.
Plus a D8 for effective, because it is a water type against a quote-unquote fire type.
So 8 points of damage. 10 points of damage, sorry.
10 points of damage.
Doubled?
No, we're not doubling. My
Yeah,
bad,
no,
sorry.
so...
I was like, that's strong.
So Gordon is going to get blasted by this bubble beam, and then he's going to ferociously just beat this Goldeen into the ground. And Goldeen is definitely not splashing now. It is in the ground.
Oranges, as he's doing it, he's going to try and return Goldeen.
You
Like
couldn't couldn't return it while his fists were
Well,
going.
he already fainted.
But now that he's stopped, he's he's hovering still, but he's closer into you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Goldeen was literally beaten into the ground. It is not moving.
Goldeen! Good job getting that bubble beam off, though. And he's going to return Goldeen now.
Smart move. So Goldeen is
So he
called
doesn't
back.
Literally make fish sticks out of my Goldeen.
Yeah. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And I didn't roll for my return, so I'm going to go ahead and do that before the next turn starts. So I need a d6. You guys are lucky. So that Shadow Storm is not recharged.
He's going to be using that Shadow Storm like every 2 rounds.
As much as I can. So now it's Dolly's turn. You just saw this Goldeen get blasted into the ground. And last turn, your Ponyta failed on a flame charge attack that it just got pretty much swatted away like it was nothing.
So Dolly's thinking in her head, well, if a flame charge didn't work, I'm sure a stomp wouldn't be much better. There's got to be something more that we can do. She's looking at her Fire Trotter and she yells, "Come on, Fire Trotter! I want you to dig deep. Show me what you can do!"
So usually with the flame charge, it charges up. Its flames increase a little bit, and it just jolts off. Right? It's gonna listen to you. It's gonna heed its trainer's words. It knows it's in danger. It's gonna reach in and tap into whatever power it has that it's been holding on to. It's gonna ignite in a crazy strong fire that you've never seen before prior, and it is going to pretty much become like a fireball and just shoot itself at Shadow Gordon, and all you see is it's a big giant fireball. Yeah, pretty much. Go ahead and roll and see if you hit.
That's a 6 plus 3. That's
Let's
a
give
9.
him all the new attacks, and then we'll miss them.
So Shadow Gordon is literally going to grab onto this fireball coming at him. It slowly starts to stop spinning. The fire kind of dissipates back to just him holding Ponyta. He's going to crack its back on his knee and then throw Ponyta back, I would say about right here. I'm not gonna have it. Shadow Gordon has an ability called Shadow Aura. I'm not gonna have Ponyta take damage from it because it's a fire type. So I'm gonna work that around. That it's not gonna take that. So any non-fire type Pokemon will have to deal with that attack.
Dolly, seeing this amazing fire attack, despite the fact it didn't hit, she pulls out Delia and quickly asks, "Delia, what was that attack that just happened?"
Ponyta used Flame Wheel attack, where it coats its body in a ferocious fire. It charges itself up, it becomes a fireball, and does massive damage.
Orange hearing this. Well, if that did a lot of damage and he just stopped it with his hands, we're in a lot of trouble, guys.
That means I gotta step in. I'm going to transform!
So as the champion of Arceus, Dolly does have the power to transform. I know she's been itching to do it for a while because she wanted to do it in the gym fight against Misty. So here we go, channeling the powers of her Ponyta and Arceus. Her outfit begins to change. She gets these white go-go boots with the tassel flames coming from the backs. A full-body jumpsuit, white with the flame markings along the legs going down. Arms going out, and at the top clasp that closes over the zipper, a heart-cut ruby. And Dolly has entered the battle, so if you want to go ahead and roll initiative, I can slot you in there. Oh, actually, I think in the past I said
We were combined.
combined. So Dolly and Ponyta's turns will be together, it's still technically your turn. So
But
be careful because you're putting yourself in harm's way right now.
Oh, of course. So, learning that she just learned Flame Wheel. All right, I'm gonna do it. Flame Wheel. That is a 17 plus 4 to hit.
21.
Thank you. 21.
21 does hit. So, Dolly, you're gonna actually close your eyes and focus for a second, and all of a sudden this flaming aura, but you erupt in a fire, and you do like Ponyta where you just turn into this flaming wheel, just going like a Sonic the Hedgehog almost, and you just shoot out to Gordon, and he's caught off guard because he's never seen a person become a Pokemon before, and
he just did. No.
Right? And it's gonna hit him pretty hardcore, so go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, so that's 2d8s plus 4. That's 6. 1 and 4. 6, 4. Thank you. 11.
11 damage.
And then you need to make a DC 13 con save for burn damage. Or
he's gonna be immune to burn damage.
Okay, well then disregard.
Just like I'm kind of making it so you're immune to burn damage.
That was 11 burn
11
damage.
burn damage.
But with our new affinities damage, what bonus to damage?
She does not have an affinity.
Yeah, that's... This
Doesn't
is,
have
Oh,
a
that's
fire
right. That's right.
affinity.
You're not.
And he's technically not an affinity. He doesn't have a Pokemon out.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah. So
He is just the equivalent of a shadow Pokemon at this point himself.
Okay.
Right?
basically, yeah.
Okay.
You're just gonna hit right into his stomach. He's gonna gasp for air. You're gonna not be able to stay in air. You're gonna obviously come down after you do it. But Gordon has to actually come down and land to kind of catch his breath back after that attack.
What is everybody else's reaction to seeing Dolly turn into a Pokemon?
You guys tell me.
They should know, but what about all these?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So Misty just jaw drops. Lieutenant Surge is kind of like this isn't back in his day. And
Kids in my day never turned into Pokemon.
it looks like Sarah, Vix, and Wedge are super actually impressed with this, and they think that you're super cool.
They're considering switching teams. They're like, Team Corey doesn't seem so cool no more.
Yeah, Vix is like,
I'm okay with this.
Vix is like, should we be following Corey when she could turn into a Pokemon? No, guys, we follow Corey to the end. Okay. So they're all reacting to this.
Good.
And we go to Corey's turn.
Okay. Midge is on the ground still because last turn I healed her, so she's not flying up yet. But mirror move. How does can I choose any move that I've seen in the last round?
The last round.
Okay.
So your choice is Flame Wheel,
Mm-hmm.
or you have the Shadow Fist Flurry,
Okay.
which I would definitely take.
Is Bubble Beam too far back?
Bubble Beam's too far back. Anything
Okay.
before Shadow Gordon's turn, you can't use.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. I was actually going to do Bubble because it was type advantage. I thought you were going to say no to the Shadow
No,
Fang Fist.
it's Mirror
Okay.
Move's Mirror Move.
All right.
You need every advantage you can get, guys.
Now, ducking under there, seeing Dolly's turn, Midge, I need you to be a little bit of a copycat now, but not the Flame Wheel. I want you to. What was the name of the move? Shadow Flurry.
Shadow
He wouldn't
Fist
know the
Flurry.
name of it, would he?
Oh,
He would just say-
yeah. Yeah, he didn't call it out
Just do it.
Yeah. Do that move where you peck him a bunch. Mirror move, Midge.
Why don't you say Midge just Mirror Move the attack Gordon did to the
Oh, yeah, it's better, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to flare shit up. Midge, I need you to use Mirror Move. Use that move that we saw Gordon do.
So, Pidgeotto is gonna nod its head. It knows what you're talking about. all of a sudden her eyes become just red color. This flaming aura is gonna envelop her. She kind of going crazy a little bit. Not really like how she usually acts. She's going to just dart towards. This is her, right?
Yep.
She's gonna dart straight towards Gordon and just start unloading on with her beak at him. I need you to roll a d4.
3.
So it's gonna be 4. So I need you to roll a d20 to see how many of those 4 hit.
Okay. 6 plus, probably not.
What is it, +8? Or is it
It's plus 8 to hit.
14.
Does not hit.
18?
Hit. So the second one hits.
Thank you. 20.
Hits.
11.
So only 2 of those hit.
Okay.
So it's gonna do 2d6 plus 4
Okay.
For each hit? Or
for each hit.
11. 15. So 26 points damage total.
27. And because the new rules will make it with affinity, even though you have the affinity out, it's not a normal flying type move.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not gonna get the bonus to it.
Sure.
So how much was that total?
26.
26. Now it usually does shadow damage, but because he has it, it's not going to do the shadow damage. So
Okay.
you said 26?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay, that actually did quite a bit. 26.
Good job, Midge.
Orange is just kind of like, wow. Internally he's thinking, they're doing so much and I've done so little.
So, Pidgeotto, you're just looking Orange, thinking about that, as Pidgeotto is just nailing this Gordon that just got pretty much his air knocked out from the attack prior, and Pidgeotto's not letting him get the chance to recover, just pecking at him over and over and over.
And Corey himself is going to scamper off to the side.
And then all of a sudden, yeah, as you're scampering to the side, Midge's shadow and her eyes are going to go back to normal, and she's going to kind of be like, what just happened? And she's going to look straight ahead and see an angry shadow, Gordon, look back at her.
Actually, in D&D, you can split up. So can I have Midge fly away, get up in the air above him?
Yeah, you can.
Cool.
She didn't use any. Well,
She
used
moved 10
some
feet,
movement,
yeah.
So yeah, as long as you have movement left.
I got 40 flying speed.
So yeah, you're good.
Okay, so yeah, she's above.
You could probably fly away if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll fly up and away to get out of the way of the fireball. So when Dolly has her move, Midge isn't gonna get caught in the crossfire.
Okay, so Orange, you just saw Pidgeotto do that. It is now your turn.
Orange has a little mini internal battle, and he's thinking, you know, on one hand, he obviously has this power with Burnt Orange, but he's still trying to like stubbornly fight against Burnt Orange, and he doesn't want to give in to that quite yet. And he knows that bringing up Magby right now would probably trigger that. So against, you know, his better judgment, he's going to call out his Charizard.
So you call out Charizard.
Yeah.
He sees the trainer that's called him out, and he's gonna lay down on the ground.
Charizard, we really need your help right now. Come on, look at him. And he's like pointing at Gordon.
He's just gonna blot out a little fire, and he's just gonna close his eyes.
All right. Good for nothing, Charizard.
And when you say that, he had to look in his eyes.
And I return him before he gets a chance to retaliate. And then he's pulling out Shadow Magby. So, you're my last chance. I hope everything goes good here. And he throws out the Pokeball and lets out the Shadow Magby.
So Shadow Magby comes out, and you're gonna feel like you're losing control.
Mm-hmm.
The darkness is coming and taking over. I need you to use a wisdom save.
Please roll good. Oh, 5.
So you feel like you're starting to lose control. You're trying your hardest to like keep it together, and like you slowly feel like you're slipping away. Make one more wisdom save.
Okay, 16.
For a second, everything goes black. Everything's peaceful. You don't hear burnt orange. You feel this burning aura around you. And this time you're in control, right? And you open your eyes, and Orange has a new form. It's Shadow Orange.
Shadow Orange? Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
So, Orange, everybody sees him now. He's not burnt orange like he usually is. Orange is in a flaming, burning dark aura. He's not muscular like how he is in the burnt orange form. He's actually very scrawny looking. His spiky orange hair is a little longer and more spiky, but the ends of it appear to be like that of a flame. So, like a Magmar, he has very red hair for his like bangs, and as it goes up, it becomes yellow. And his eyes are burning red. He has the eyebrows of a Magmar.
Like the bulbous forehead.
Yes. His arms look like a scrawny version of a Magmar's with like the kind of like the reptile kind of things going on. He has the black thing around his neck that a Magmar has, and unbeknownst to you, Orange, Burnt Orange knows internally that you were able to achieve this power on your own without him having to assist you. He laughs.
He actually did it.
And you're not going to hear this, but he's saying this to himself. Orange, you are totally in control of this power. You are in the driver's seat with this. Burnt Orange is not in control. You have different abilities, very much different from regular Burnt Orange.
Ooh.
And
The
different
speed,
attacks.
though.
So
60 feet speed.
where the power was with Burnt Orange, you have more speed and you don't hit as hard.
I'm more
With-
like dexterous.
You're more dexterous and less strength based. So you have two different forms you can kind of go into based
one
on the
where
situation.
I'm less in control but more powerful, and then one where I'm more in control but like
yeah.
faster.
So there's different dynamics to how you
That's
want
cool.
to use it. So yeah.
Cool.
And Magby,
Do I get my
is out
fire
there.
affinity, or do I get a shadow affinity with it?
you do get a fire affinity. You do have a shadow affinity too. So any Pokemon you use would get kind of corrupted by the darkness. So you gotta kind of be careful with that.
Okay.
And they will get. I believe I have your abilities down there that kind of explain that in more detail. Gordon sees this Magby that you call out, and for a second, his intensity and this lack of compassion fade away, and he looks at this Magby and lets his guard down. And in his mind, he is thinking back to this Magby that he had as growing up as a child, and how every day he would try to get this fire affinity to go off for his Magby, and he couldn't. And he got older and older, and his fire affinity never came, and he felt like he was letting Magby down. He was told that there was a possibility that he could be given an affinity by this researcher named Sylvan. And when Sylvan came to meet him, they were discussing stuff, and he felt like he didn't deserve Magby, so he entrusted Sylvan that if he could take Magby and give him a proper home with a trainer that could actually get him to his full potential with a fire affinity. And he did, but he didn't know that it was going to get experimented on and be turned into a shadow Magby. So all you hear from this Gordon that just kind of let his defenses down, he looks at Magby and says, Mag.
Orange looks up, and there's he sees the recognition. At the same time, though, he's also just kind of feeling out this new ability that just happened. So
And which ability are you using? You have two to choose from right now.
I'm gonna go with the speed boost. Is what I'm gonna do.
So speed boost, it gives all Pokemon that you control a +2 to their Dex, and you also have the Flame Affinity. So your Fire Affinity is gonna go off, and all of a sudden Gordon's gonna get snapped out of the little memory he had.
The fire affinity angering him. I'm guessing.
Affinity, Fire Affinity, and he's gonna target towards you. So he's now focused completely on you. I need one for Magby too, a piece.
So this is Magby and this is him. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is your turn, Orange.
Yeah,
What do you do?
Definitely finish your turn with whatever explosive. So both of them, so Magby and Orange will be able to get their attacks off.
Yeah, I forgot. That's pulling out Magby. All right, so Orange, emboldened and invigorated in this new form, he lets out a laugh and turns to Magby. Magby, you hit him in the front with the Shadow Flame Punch. I'm gonna flank him. And so Magby is going to just rush head on and use the Shadow Flame Punch. Orange is going to use my Blazing Speed, and I'm actually just gonna just as a show of force, I'm gonna circle around pretty much the room
So,
behind him.
Before you do that, for
speed.
Dolly and Corey, you hear Orange when he was talking to his Magmar to
Magby.
When he's talking to his Magby to go in for the attack, you just hear Magmar.
Oh my gosh, he's speaking Pokemon.
Or he hit his head really hard.
And go ahead and let everybody know what this Blazing Speed attack that you have can do.
Oh yeah, so the Blazing Speed, it is a recharge. It allows me to do a full dash and still do a normal action. Which, with my new speed of 60 feet in this form, I could basically go 120 feet and then still attack. And then I'm going to... so Magby's hitting him with the Shadow Flaming Punch.
Roll that first, maybe.
Do you want me to just call out everything I'm doing right now?
Yeah, go through the motions. So
Okay.
as you're explaining it, go ahead and just
Okay.
go through the motions. So basically with the dash for you, you're going to be using your
Oh yes, I forgot.
your sneak against his perception.
It will also, it allows me to use Sneak against his perception because I'm moving so fast.
You move so fast that he can't keep track of where you are.
To have
But
advantage.
potentially. So this is a check against his perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is my Sneak going to fall under? Is that a Dex?
It's sneak.
Stealth is next.
What is perception?
Perception's
Wisdom? Okay. Oh.
Now, question: the speed boost, do I get that too?
Oh, okay.
Or is the speed boost just Pokemon?
Pokemon. You already have a movement.
What happened?
Does the speed boost just Pokemon, or is that me too?
It's just your Pokemon.
Okay, I was just, it's alright. I already have a +8 in this.
So, in this form, he has 0 intelligence, 0 wisdom, because he's kind of a mindless, just rage machine. He rolled an 8.
I rolled an unnatural 26.
Wow. Okay. So, go ahead and go through the rest before I kind of talk through it.
Okay, yeah. And then the other attack. So Magby's doing the Shadow Flaming Punch. I am going to do a multi attack. I'm going to be doing a.
Go ahead and roll for Magby first.
Okay.
Kind of eliminate that real
Yeah.
fast.
That's what I said. Yeah, make sure.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. And while you're doing that, your speed is such that you can go around the entire room twice. You're just like you said earlier, it's Sonic, just a red Sonic.
I rolled a natural 1 for Magby.
You rolled a natural 1 for
And
Magby.
natural 1 for Magby's attack. Yeah.
So Magby, it is gonna go in and punch, and all of a sudden it recognizes for a second, even though it is shadow form, it's not the same as it used to be. It does stop in its tracks, and it's acting weird, and it won't hit Gordon. And it's a little odd, but you're too busy doing your thing. So go ahead and do your thing. Your speed was enough to make it to where you are invisible to the naked eye. Gordon has no idea you're behind him, and you're gonna go ahead and use that multi-attack that you said.
Yes. And so I'm using both a shadow flamethrower, and a rapid shadow flaming fist combo.
All right, so go ahead and which one you want to do first? Because the first attack you use is gonna have advantage.
Which of these is better? +8 to hit, 4d6 fire damage, and then this one is, where is it? I roll a d6 +1. Is that what you said?
To see how many that
See
you
how
can
many?
potentially hit with, because you still have to roll
Now,
a d20.
would I get advantage on each of those attacks?
Yes.
I'm gonna do the shadow flaming fist combo.
Okay.
Seems like a no-brainer to me. So start with the d6. So 4 hits.
4 hits. So go ahead and roll those with advantage.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll 2 d20s for each one. Okay, so and it's plus 6 to hit, right?
Yep.
So 17.
17 hits.
Do you want me to do damage or wait till the end?
Wait till the end. Just see how many hits first.
17, 1 hit. Oh, 16 plus 6, 22.
Yep.
I tested that one on the second one.
I know, you're right.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 on the third.
So that
so
one will be
remember
double.
the nat 20 on the third one
Yep.
specifically.
The crit.
And 16 plus 6, 22 again.
Does hit. So
All
all
four
four
hit
hit
and
with
one
one crit.
I'll roll a crit third in order for damage. So I'll do the first attack damage, second attack damage, third attack, I'll roll
Double it.
Yes, go ahead.
Double that damage.
Go ahead. So Magby, unable to attack its old trainer, even though it's in a weird mental state, it does recognize him, it seems. Burnt Orange is invisible to the naked eye currently.
Shadow orange. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Shadow Orange, a new form of orange. Shadow Orange goes invisible to the naked eye. He just starts pummeling the back of Shadow Gordon.
So Orange basically comes up from behind and sinks the first fist in. And as he releases his fury of blows, he's just saying, "I'm gonna end this now!"